Welcome to Animated Bible Stories for Growing Alive in Jesus. Let's grow together in faith. Have you ever faced a season in life when everything seemed to be falling apart? A time when loss, disappointment, and uncertainty made it difficult to see a way forward? The Bible tells the story of two women who experienced exactly that. Their names were Naomi and Ruth, and their journey reminds us that even in our darkest moments, God is still at work. Long ago in the land of Israel, there lived a man named Elimelech, his wife Naomi, and their two sons, Mahlon and Chilion. They lived in Bethlehem, but a terrible famine struck the land. Crops failed, food became scarce, and families struggled to survive. Wanting to provide for his family, Elimelech made a difficult decision. They would leave their home and travel to the neighboring land of Moab, hoping to find food and a better future. The move seemed to help at first. There was food in Moab, and the family settled there. Although many people around them worshipped idols, Naomi and her family continued to worship the true God. But then tragedy struck. Elimelech died, leaving Naomi alone to care for her two sons. Despite her grief, she carried on. Over time, her sons married two Moabite women named Ruth and Orpah. Naomi welcomed them into her family, and together they built a life filled with love and friendship. For a while, things seemed brighter. Then heartbreak came again. Both Mahlon and Chilion died. Suddenly, Naomi, Ruth, and Orpah were left as widows. Their home, once filled with laughter and hope, was now filled with sorrow. Together they mourned the husbands and sons they had lost. Life felt uncertain. The future seemed empty, yet through all their pain they held on to God. One day, Naomi heard good news. The famine in Bethlehem had ended. Food had returned to the land, and she decided it was time to go home. So Naomi began the long journey back to Bethlehem. Ruth and Orpah started traveling with her, determined to support the woman they loved. But along the way, Naomi stopped. Thinking about the future of these two young women, she encouraged them to return to their own families in Moab. She wanted them to have a chance at rebuilding their lives. Orpah tearfully said goodbye and returned home. But Ruth refused to leave. She made one of the most beautiful promises found anywhere in Scripture. She told Naomi, "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God." Ruth was choosing more than a journey. She was choosing loyalty. She was choosing faith. She was choosing to trust the God Naomi served. Leaving behind everything familiar, Ruth committed herself to Naomi and to God. Together, the two women continued their journey to Bethlehem. When they arrived, the town buzzed with excitement. "Is this Naomi?" people asked. Years had passed and life had changed her. Naomi honestly shared her pain. She said she had left Bethlehem full but had returned empty. Her words reflected the deep grief she still carried. Yet Naomi was not truly alone. Standing beside her was Ruth, a faithful friend, a devoted daughter-in-law, and a living reminder that God had not abandoned her. Although Naomi could not yet see it, God was already preparing blessings ahead. He was working behind the scenes to bring hope out of heartbreak and purpose out of pain. And that's what makes this story so powerful. Ruth and Naomi teach us that difficult seasons do not last forever. Loss is real, grief is real, but God remains faithful through it all. They also remind us of the power of commitment. Ruth stayed when it would have been easier to leave. She chose love over comfort and faith over fear. Most importantly, their story shows us that God cares deeply for broken-hearted people. When life hurts, He does not turn away. He walks with us through the pain and gently leads us toward healing. No matter what challenges you may be facing today, the story of Ruth and Naomi offers a message of hope. God is faithful, God is present, and God can bring new beginnings even after life's hardest endings. Sometimes the greatest stories begin when everything seems lost, and for Ruth and Naomi, their greatest chapter was only just beginning. Thanks for watching. If this blessed you, please subscribe and like to help these stories reach more people with God's love.